this is Noreen from Joy of Cards, and I'm back. I took a little time off. I had some family things. My daughter had a premature baby, and with Christmas and everything, it's like, wow, I'm going crazy. So I took a little time off. Anywho, here is a new card. Yay. It's a New Year's card, so better late than never. And this set is awesome. And guess what? They're retiring it. And if you go on the Stampin' Up site, if you go to my, the site, it'll be listed here, you can grab a hold of it while it's still available. So, and it's a really cool set. It's Cheers to That, which has New Year's, bride and groom. There's even a little Merry Christmas, Read Your Glass. This is a cool die set. Also, Sip Sip Hooray, another one that's retiring. I don't know why you have all the alcohol and happy hour. Who doesn't do that? And it's a cool set. And then along with this one, the die they're retiring. That makes this big cheers inside your card, and it's super cool. And of course, the die to Sip Sip Hooray, it has these really cool bubbles on it, and the champagne glasses and all the other glasses for all the other ones, and it's really neat. And I don't understand why they're retiring them, but they are. So if you like the card, you like what it does, and I mean, these are some really basic things that I would have kept for a while, and these were just from the Christmas catalog, so they have not been around that long. So if you want them, get them. Also, in a month or so, when they're completely gone, wiped off the face of the planet, I do sell things that are totally gone. So once something is totally gone, if you see it, you could message me, say, hey, Noreen, do you still have the stamp that's completely retired? I might say, yeah, here, you know, and I sell it all. Because if I can't make a video out of it, something you can get, then it's not worth anything to me. So we're going to be using all these, plus we're going to use these stitched rectangle stitch frames, which I use all the time. If you want a real good basic shape one, I'm constantly using this one. So if you don't have this one, definitely get this one as well. So let's go ahead and start the card. So the typical card, we've got the 5.5 by 4.25 base, which is, you know, what we all kind of do. So here's the base in basic black, and then we're gonna use copper foil, and there's only 3 papers. There's basic black, the copper foil, and the shimmery white. And shimmery white I use on anything kind of holiday. So you're going to cut the copper 4 by 5.25. And this is the wrong piece. Oh, let's get the right piece. Yay, there's the right piece. So, so there you go. And then you're going to take your basic black, which is going to be cut 3.75 by 5. And if you notice, I've already die cutted, because it just takes too long for me to sit here and watch me do that. I die cutted the bubbles. So I did that on the side. And what's great about this stamp, or this die, is like, I ran through the black just a couple of times on my Big Shot Plus. It all popped out. It was great. But the white piece, which we'll do on the inside, I ran it through like 5 or 6 times, and I still had to use my little awesome tool, and I had to poke all the holes out of it. But if you find you run it through your die cutter and all the little holes don't come out, this will fit right back on it. So you can definitely, if you just kind of feel it around, you can put them right back in place and run it through again, and it'll be great. So good thing to know. So I went ahead and I die cutted the bubbles on the side. So let's go ahead and affix the copper onto our black. Now this is copper foil, and it has that plastic covering on it, and I wouldn't like try to pull it off with this big piece. So when you snail, push down hard. Because if you don't, the tape won't stick to that plastic coating. So we're just going to put this in the middle like that. You got your base black, you die cutted the bubbles, and we're going to go ahead and snail this on to here, kind of put it in the middle like so. All right, that looks great. And now the next piece we're going to do is we're going to take these rectangle stitched frames, and we're going to take the long ones, and we're going to take the smallest, longest one and the second smallest long one. And if you notice, I still have my washi tape on there because I like to use my little sidekick a lot. and my Big Shot Plus. But on foil, my Big Shot Plus kind of scratches it up. I'm getting another Sizzix machine, just the regular Big Shot, and you can use the little buffer things that, you know, won't scratch your stuff. But my little Sidekick won't scratch it up so much. I think it's just a little overused, so it's not so much pressure. So anyway, you're going to take your copper foil and you're going to cut the large one. And then you're going to take a piece of shimmery white and cut the small one. And then what we're going to do is we're not going to be using ink really. We're just going to be using Versamark because everything on here is embossed. So we're going to take your little white piece and we're going to do what? We're going to use our embossing buddy and we're going to powder it all up. And then we're going to take our stamp, and if you look on the stamp, it has these lines on the side. And when I Versamarked it, what I did is I wiped off the lines. I just took my finger and a paper towel and just kind of wiped it off. You could also use like a Post-it note and just kind of, you know, mask off those lines. Versamarked it, stamped it, and then I covered it in the copper embossing powder. So I covered it in the powder, I heated it, and boom. And this is a really good stamp because it's pretty blocky. So whenever you emboss anything that has letters or something too small, they can't be too small, otherwise it'll look muddy and it won't look right. So that's what we did for the sentiment. So we're going to go ahead and take the we're going to take the foil actually, and we're going to snail that. Remember to push down real hard because of that plastic backing. And we're going to put it right there in the middle. We'll move these things out of the side. And then we're going to take our sentiment here, and we're going to take the mini dimensionals. I love these mini dimensionals because before they had these come out, I would take a dimensional and cut it in half or in a third or something just to, you know, so it wouldn't show through on everything. So you're going to take these all off and put them right there in the middle. All right. Right, and then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do our champagne glasses. So here's the champagne glasses here, and I went ahead and I also did these in advance for you as well. But I will take one. Let me just show you because that's kind of silly of me. So what are you gonna do first when you emboss? Because these are all embossed. So you're gonna use your embossing buddy and you're gonna powder that up. And I'm even gonna take my little Stampin' pad here. I really like the Stampin' pad. And I'm going to take this and use the champagne glass in the Versamark and tap, 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 tap. Don't get it too much. And then I'm going to Versamark that down. Give it a nice little pressure. Pull it up. Put your lid on your box. And then I'm going to be pouring the shimmer black on it. And that's going to make this really nice black. And it's the shimmer black. So we're going to take this and we're going to pour it on. In the meantime, I'm going to lift over to the side and I'm going to turn my gun on. So it's going to make some noise. And tap all this stuff off, right? And we're going to take this, and I like using my pickup tool here and holding it down and just taking my gun, and we are going to emboss all that. And do give your gun a minute to heat up, and then you're going to get better results. So just give it like 30 seconds to heat up before you do anything. So that looks great. And then what I did in the middle is I took the shimmer white. Now I'm going to go ahead and just put all my black back in here. I'm not sure if I want to put stuff in the Tupperware yet because I don't know. It seems like it takes up a lot of room. So I just use my little tray, put everything back, give it a tap in the trash, and it's all good to go. So, and then I'm going to color in, got this upside down. I'm going to color in the glass. So here's the piece for the middle part, and we're going to take the Versamark again, and I've already did my embossing there, or used my embossing buddy, so I don't have to worry about that. And you're going to see a part that's kind of a U and then a flat part. The flat part goes on top, and try to stamp it as far down as you can and where you want it to go. Give that a nice little pressure. And I really love the Stampin' mat because, especially with the stamps that are see-through, this gives it more of a even cushion to it, and it's a better result. So now I'm going to put my lid on the Versamark and put that over there. And then we're going to take that shimmer white, and this stuff is really cool. Look how neat that is. And I'm going to lean over to the side and turn my gun back on, so it's going to get noisy. And I'm going to dump that on there and flick that off and put these to the side for a second. And then take my tool, which I absolutely love. If you don't have one of these, I really like it. So, whoop, and you can really see it go. So that looks great. So, and that's what I did to make the glasses, and then I die cutted them out of the die cut. And if you notice, there is washi tape on it. You do want to hold this little puppy down. You don't want it to be wiggling on your die cutting machine. So put it down with washi, cut it out, and they look like this. So you just do 2 of those and put everything to the side here again. Get out our card. And we are going to once again take these awesome mini dimensionals and the regular dimensionals. So let's put some stuff to the side here. So I'm going to take the big dimensional and put one here and here. And when you're die cutting these copper champagne glasses, try to get that plastic stuff off the back of your foil, because it just makes it so much more difficult. See, there's a little piece of plastic. Get that off. It makes it more difficult to die cut, and it'll drive you crazy. And then I'm going to put a mini dimensional here, and then take off, bunk, 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 and we're going to go right here. And we want our glasses to clink. So put one there, and then once again do that on the other side. So dimensional there. These are 2 big dimensionals and 1 mini dimensional down there. And take off the backs, which I find everywhere. You know, it sticks all over to me, into my socks, to my dogs. Find it in my bed. You gotta throw those things away. Anyway, and then I put one here. All right. And then there is another little stamp in the Sip This little one right here is like the little fuzz from champagne or soda pop or whatever. And we're going to take our embossing buddy again, which has decided to disappear. Here it is. I constantly lose things on my table here. And then we're going to take the Versamark and tap, 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 tap. And it's going to have some fizzies there. And tap, 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 tap. And fizzies there. And put the lid on your Versamark. I'm going to turn on that gun again, because I'm going to pour more of this. And flick that off. And get my little tool here. Hold it down. And pump, pump, pump. Doesn't that look cool? I think it really pops out because it's on that black. And now, if you notice, this pops up a little bit, and I kind of saved it toward the end for the front of the card. I take my fine tip glue, and the fine tip glue is awesome stuff. And, you know, if you ever scrapbook or anything like that, there's this other glue. It kind of looks like this with the silver cap and everything. I don't want to get sued, so I'll cover up his name. These things clog. I hate them. This isn't even the original tip, because you have to have a special pin. Otherwise, you know, the earth will fall off its axis and we'll all die. So, and it's always clogged. It's so annoying. I just want to, you know, shoot someone when I use it. But this stuff, the Stampin' Up! Fine Tip Glue, is great. I really have never had it clog, and it's fantastic. And if it does get a little sticky, like you left the lid off all night, like I do a lot, then you just take the little pin and you just stick it back in the hole. You know, try to wipe off the top of the glue, line it up with that hole real nice. Not like how I'm doing it at the moment, because my eyes are old and I think I'm broken. Anyway, just so stick it in there and then push it down all the way and screw it down See, I'm not very, my eyes are old. Anyway, stick it down, screw it down all the way. It's great. It'll open right up. Anyway, so just take the fine tip glue and just glue that down so it doesn't flip up on you, and you'll be good to go. Now for the inside of the card, what we're going to use, let me put all this stuff away because we're done with that, is we're going to do this neat little thing. And I could have actually made this the front of the card. So if you want to like take this card and make 2 cards out of it and just put something, whatever, inside, you can. But what I did for this is I took the shimmer white again, and this is 5 1/4 by 4 inch. And I took that same die and I did both sides. Now this shimmery white, for whatever reason, like I had to run it through like 5 or 6 times for it to get all the little doohickeys out. But like I said, if you find that you didn't get all your little holes to undo, you can line up this die and pop it. I can still pop it right back in and run it through the die machine and be great. So just do the top and the bottom. And then I took off just some, this is like, well, just a little over 1.5 of space here that we're going to cover up with the copper foil again, like 1 5/8. So we're going to flip this over to the wrong side here and take the fine tip glue again, because I don't want to tape this, because if you tape this through all these bubbles, your card will stick. So you can't do that. I know it's a pain, but I do love this fine tip glue, so I don't mind it too much. So just, get the important spots here, and dun, 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 dun. And then take your copper foil and just line it up. And I could have used a full sheet, but why waste it? It's not like it's the cheapest thing in there. So I'll do that, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the other side. Plus, I made so many holiday cards that kind of running low on it. So I kind of cheaped out a little bit and just used scraps. Nothing wrong with scraps. I keep all my scraps. I buy these paper folders that keep all your scraps in there so you don't lose anything. So I can use everything I've got. And I would let it, sit for a few minutes instead of what we're going to do right now. So that's going to create that effect. So I'm going to go ahead and snail this up. Of course, it's that copper foil, so push down hard over those parts. And then just line it up on your card. Like so. All right, get this out of the way. All right, last thing you're going to do is you're going to die cut cheers. So you're going to take the word cheers, and I just used one of the little swishy things, and I die cutted it in the copper foil. Like I said, try to use a machine that doesn't scratch up your foil or put the little pokey holes in it. Some die cutting machines have shims. So the Big Shot has a shim, but the Big Shot Plus does not. And I spent an hour on the phone with Sizzix and with Stampin' Up, and it just doesn't do it. You could try to do the paper technique where you put a piece of just regular copy paper over the top, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on how old your machine is and how much pressure, but there's so much pressure on the Big Shot Plus that, yeah, you're just spinning your wheel. So anyway, the last part we're going to do here, and once again, you have to use your fine tip glue because this is pretty skinny. Like I said, you could use your snail if you were like in a rush job, but what's that gonna do is it's gonna stick to your card when you close it. So you really do need to use the glue. And these dies put a nice little ravine here in the lettering, so you can just follow that little ravine with the tip of your glue, and then take your tweezers and bring it over here and put it right there. And then the exclamation point, take it and follow that little ravine here. And it is glue, so you do want to, like I said, just let it dry for a few minutes. And then I lost the little dot to my exclamation point. I found a million little white ones, probably because of all these little bubbles, but I could not find one. And this one I was like, close enough. So we're going to use this. No one's going to know except for, you watching. But it looks fine. Hopefully. And just get it on there good. Okay. And then take the swirly doily and just fine tip glue that one as well. Like I said, I really love this glue, and I've had it for months now, and I'm making cards all the time. I still have like this much left. Lasts forever. And take that, and I did it this way on that one, so I'm going to do that. Boom. Boom. There you go. That's it. That is the card. And if you could do me a favor and subscribe to my channel, I would love you. And here's my direct Stampin' Up address if you want to place an order or you want to look at stuff. Like I said, all these cartridges except for the rectangle ones, they're retiring. They're going away. So if you like this, get it now, because once they're gone, they're gone. And you might call or text me a few months from now. It's like, Noreen, do you have this one? Can you sell it? And it's like, I already sold it. Or I could have it. You never know. And if I have it, I'll sell it to you. So, because once I can't sell it to you, then I won't make any more videos. So this will be the last one on this set because it is going away. But anyway, please like my channel and go on my site. And Happy New Year. Bye.